Time now for a quick ride on Suzuki's entry-level cruiser, the GZ250 Marauder. First introduced last year, this air-cooled, 4-valve, 249cc single is targeted at the budget-minded entry-level rider. To that end, the Marauder's low-tech, low-maintenance engine with its 5-speed transmission has been mounted to a chassis that weighs in at a paltry 137 kilograms. Now, the GZ and other small bikes like it have been available in Europe and Japan for years, but here in Canada, manufacturers rarely seem to import them. So we asked MMIC instructor Wendy Williams to sample the GZ250 and find out if there's a slot in the Canadian marketplace for a pint-sized Marauder.
I think that this is very comfortable and finds its home on the secondary highways.
The quintessential Sunday ride.
Exactly. In general, I was impressed at the bike, and it had a lot more character than I would expect for a bike of this size.
That little engine cranks out an awful lot of power. You had no problems keeping highway speeds. Did you find it responsive? Were you really running it hard?
It is fairly comfortable at highway speeds. Remarkably comfortable. It didn't feel like it was really working. It was quite stable, held a position quite well, and even out on the secondary roads, secondary highways in curves, it was quite a bit of fun, had quite a bit of character. And it's a really nice balance between having enough capability that you can have some fun on it, but it's quite forgiving. So you're not going to have too much power that it's going to totally get away from you, but you're still going to have some fun in some curves and get a pretty good experience out of it.
Now I know it's a light bike. I noticed the front disc though it seems pretty small. It's got a single piston caliper there and a drum brake in the back. Was that enough, or were we ever looking for more brakes?
No, it's plenty for the bike. What I found was that there's lots to stop the bike. It's very light and it's a fairly small engine, so the front and rear brakes are both powerful enough for sure.
One of the other nice things about this bike and helps in its appeal to beginner level riders, the controls, the clutch on the left side is a cable actuated, but really light pull. You probably felt the same way, Wendy?
Definitely.
And on the right side, we have the adjustable brake lever, which you can adjust depending on the size of your hand. So again, if you have a small rider, they have small hands, they can adjust the lever so it's a nice, easy fit. They can feel comfortable and be able to grab the front brakes without having to reach or even, in some cases, take their hand off the bar to try to grab a hold of that lever.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me about the mirrors, Wendy, because I remember back at the light I was asking you if you needed a toolkit. What were you doing?
Well, actually, one of the very nice features about this is that in order to adjust the mirrors, you don't need a toolkit for most of the adjustments. There is an adjustment right here that you need the tool for, but otherwise, right here, here, and here, all 3 points, the mirrors are adjustable by the rider and without a toolkit. Yeah, it's great.
I don't know why more people don't do that. Now, the one thing that I think everybody would agree on, though, is that it's a really pretty bike. Suzuki's done miracles here, making this 250, I think, look bigger than it is. It's got big sweeping fenders up front. I mean, that almost looks like something you'd find on a 500 on a 750. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the tail end here. This is a pretty popular style, but it belies the size of the motorcycle. It's adds an awful lot of pizzazz to a little bike. What kind of a rider should be thinking about this motorcycle, in your opinion?
Well, I think that it's definitely a motorcycle for a smaller rider. So average to short, and definitely a lighter rider. Mm-hmm. I think that a light, small rider would find this optimal, and probably a little more in the novice category.
Oh, yeah.
Novice to a casual rider. It's good on the highway, but you probably wouldn't want to take it on a long distance ride.
No, I think the 250 engine in there, it certainly is putting out an awful lot of power, but you'd be really demanding a lot of it if you wanted to tour with this motorcycle or ride two up for any length of time with this motorcycle. But no, certainly for somebody as an entry-level motorcycle, they want to get into a cruiser and get into it without having to mortgage their house. This is it's a pretty nice example of an entry-level bike.
Exactly.